wrong pipe. Men don't act like that. Men don't act like that. I specifically tag some people because I want them to pull up. I want them to pull up, and I want to have this conversation. I wanted to tag more people, but I specifically tagged these people. Men don't act like that. Having a conversation, and a woman tells me, like most of you all probably heard, where are all the good men at? Like, where are all the fathers? Where are the men that want to be in committed relationships? Where are the men that want to be loyal and trustworthy? They want to be providers. They want to be protectors. Where are all the good men at? She asked me. And I'm just like, they're all around. And then I got to talking and thinking, like, we as men, do we do a good job at promoting good men? At promoting fathers? At promoting husbands, at promoting good men? Do we as men do a good job at promoting other brothers? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to tag a few people and say, do you feel like as men we do a good job at promoting? I'm not talking about the guy that's popular. I'm not talking about the guy that's a celebrity. I'm not talking about the guy that, you know what I'm saying, has a lot of money or a lot of fame or what. I'm talking about the average everyday guy that's a good guy. Like, some of us know good men. We know fathers that are in the home or at least co-parenting. We know men that are reliable and trustworthy and loyal. You can trust them. You know that they will arrive if you need help or assistance. You can trust these type of men that's going to provide sound advice. Are there any good men, and are we doing a good job at promoting those men? Something happened in the conversation. Conversation took a turn. What's good, Reggie? Salute, Forgotten Kings. I see you, Rodney, in the building. Are we doing a good job? And something happened. A bolt of lightning happened and hit the conversation and says, well, maybe you can't recognize good men because you're not a good woman. And all hell broke loose. All hell, media, I see you. All hell broke loose. The conversation got turned up. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So I get a text message this morning, and the person says, listen to this. So I want y'all to listen to it.
Where did all the good men go?
And it seems like we just got a shortage of good men out here.
But if you think there's no good guys left, this could in fact be your fault. And I'm not saying that to be a dick or mean or anything like that. I'm just a huge believer from my experience of teaching literally tens of thousands of men and women how to date, that
women today, like I said, they're not ladylike. They walk around, they want to dress skimpy, they want to put on enough makeup to where they start looking like a transsexual. They want to wear fake this, fake that, fake hair on their head, fake eyelashes, where they look like they dressed up for Halloween night. They getting surgery, they getting their lips blown up, they getting their butts done, their breasts done. Nothing's real anymore. And
the rewards for men in these fields, especially in marriage, is so much less than it used to be, and the costs and dangers are so high that I think a lot of men are opting out. And we can definitely see this, particularly online, where at least men can kind of get on and speak up. And you see that on the Reddit.
Is there some validity to what this woman is saying? See, the person I was having this conversation with, like I said, a bolt of lightning hit, it got turned up, and then she ended up sending me this. She ended up sending me this video and says, you know, you may have a point to what you're saying. And I was saying, well, maybe you can't recognize good men because you're not a good woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you mean? What do you, and I'm just saying, maybe you're not, maybe you don't have an understanding of what a good man is. So we start breaking down, of course, you know, the roles of men and how they're supposed to act, etc., etc., etc. But see, here's the thing. Are you looking for a flunky? Are you looking for a sugar daddy? Are you looking for a one-night stand, a situationship, or are you looking for a good man? And I was like, well, men don't act like that. Real men don't act like that. If you're saying I'm looking for someone to boss around, men don't act like that. You know, I'm looking for someone to buy me, you know, a Chanel purse, you know, and don't want anything from me, you know what I'm saying? But I can continue to use them. Well, men don't act like that. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what type of man are you looking for? And are you a good woman? Are you a good mate and match for that particular man? And I wanted to ask you guys, you know what I'm saying? Is it possible the reason why you can't find a good man? Because you're not a good person. You don't know what to look for. What signs are you looking for? You see what I'm saying? If you're looking for a baller, then most men don't act like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna carry myself like I got all of this money. Well, I'm comfortable, I'm good, but I'm not gonna carry myself like I just spend money and throw money around. Like I just walk in a club and start throwing hundreds. Realistically, men don't act like that. There are some men like that, a few men like that, but real men, everyday men, good men, because that's what we're looking for, right? Good men don't act like that. Now, if you're looking for someone that fits those characteristics, they wow. They fly off the handle, overly emotional, overly aggressive, abusive, love to spend money. You know, it's all about taking shots and partying and getting lit and smoking weed and, you know, womanizing or what. Men don't act like that. Not good men. Now, if that's the type of man that you want, you're not looking for a good man. You've confused these actions from social media and all of this radio and all of this other stuff as being a good man. You think men that's on Love and Hip Hop, that's a good man. Yeah, he cheats sometimes, but that's a good man. He curses her out and calls her out a name, but that's a good man. Yeah, he's a womanizer, but that's a good man. Look at his car. Look at his sneakers. What type of jewelry is he wearing? Oh, he just, every time he mess up, he buy his girl a bag. That's a good man. No, honey boo boo. Sugarfoot. Sweet lamb, come here. No, that's not a good man. It's a man. It's some guy with a penis. That's not a good man. Are you looking for a good man? Can you recognize the character traits of a good man? I'm just saying. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Let's go further into this. This was an interesting little video. Let's get back to it.
You know, like in some of the forums on Reddit or other places where men can actually talk about some of these issues and give their opinions in a more free manner. And I think guys just feel like there's just not that much in it for them. If you're a man and you have kids, in today's world, you're expected to earn a living. You're expected to come home, clean the house, and fix, you know, do the dishes and everything. And of course, if you're not able to do all of that, you're called a loser, you're called names. And then if you do actually do all those things, then you're called a beta male. So it just, you know, you really can't win.
Women today are not.
Hold on, wait a minute. This is my show. Hold on, don't try to overtalk me there, sister. Pump your brakes a little bit. Drink a little water. You're looking thirsty. You're looking a little thirsty. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to this conversation. So check this out, man. I think that we are so. Do you think there's any validity in what she says? If a man works all day and has to come home and cook and clean and take care of the kids, do you think he's considered a beta male? I don't think he's considered. I think we've gotten so messed up with these meanings and titles. Oh, well, you're high value. You're a beta male. You're an alpha male. And it's just like, which one of those titles break down the synopsis? You're a good man. You can be an alpha male, right? You can go and say, hey, I'm that dude, right? I get all the girls and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I got money, you know what I'm saying? I got looks. But does that mean you're a good man? Well, you could be considered a beta male. Maybe you're a gaslighter or a simp, and you're not as cocky as the alpha male. But does that really break down into a synopsis that you're a good man? high value. Oh, I'm making such and such a year, and you know what I'm saying, I'm able to fly to Dubai, and I'm able to do this, and I got this property over here, etc., etc., etc. But does that make you a good man? What is a good man? Do you know what you're looking for? That's the real question, because men don't act like that. Good men don't act like that. Do you know what you're looking for? I need people to come in here right now, and I want other people to understand what it is that's happening right now. If you as a woman make a suggestion, you throw out this narrative that there are no good men. Where did all the good men go? The question is, are you the equivalent to what you're looking for? Can you recognize what a good man is? Do you have a definition? Do you have a definition? Let's go. Let's finish this. It's gonna be a good one.
Whatsoever. Women today will meet a man and sleep with him the same day she met him. Women today want to be like men. They want to meet someone, impress them, sleep with them, and not experience any kind of consequences for it.
And I see a lot of men actually in a movement today that don't even see what the value of a woman in it is anymore. And that's really scary. They feel like if a woman acts just like a man, wants to compete with me like a man, but doesn't provide any feminine value or benefits, or isn't helpful at all, then what's really the point of a woman or a wife anymore?
Okay, I want to go back.
Damn! The lady sent this to me, y'all. The lady sent this to me. Let's get into this conversation more. Are you an asset or are you a liability when it comes to a relationship? We do great at talking about what do you bring to the table, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and I've said this before, and I think I'm going to regurgitate it right now. It is great to demand that someone has to have this, and this. They need to bring that to your table. But the issue is that your table only has 3 legs. Your table is wobbly. Your table is not together. You see what I'm saying? Your table can't support the little that you have on your table. So asking me what I'm bringing makes no sense. It makes no sense. Let me let that marinate for a second. Let that breathe real quick. Let that breathe. Hello. I'm good. I'm good. This is one of those situations where a lot of people do a lot of demanding about what they want. You gotta make so much money. You gotta be this height. You gotta, live and have this type of home and this type of car. And the thing about it is, a lot of people that make those demands, they don't have any of that. They don't have access to that. They don't have credit. They don't know what a credit score is, let alone know how to build it or break it down. So it's like, are you the equivalent to what you're looking for? You want someone that's going to come and swoop you up your feet. I was listening to a content creator say, I just want to get married so a man can take care of me. Like, I want him to pay all my bills. But you struggling to pay your bills now. You can't pay your bills now. So you're expecting to meet a man, hopefully he's blinded by your chest, he's blinded by your ass, he's blinded by your hair, he's blinded by something that you physically possess, right? Hopefully that will carry you to the end zone. Are we the equivalent to what we're looking for? You want somebody with a good job. Do you have a good job? You want somebody that's positive and have a good attitude about life. Are you positive? Do you have a good job? And do you possess the intestinal fortitude to be able to say, you know what? Let me do a self-evaluation real quick. I believe that's the issue with a lot of things. We don't sit down and do a realistic self-evaluation. We don't. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying, when you're looking, you say you're looking for a good man. There's no good men. There are no good men. And I think something has influenced you to look past and look over good men. I don't know if it's TV. I don't know if it's the radio. I don't know what. lack of realism, but there are a lot of good men. And that's why I said, are you looking for a man, a good man, or are you looking for someone that is going to bring a whole bunch of stuff to the table for you and you don't have to work for it no more? You can promote a level of laziness. It's all about you looking good. It's all about you buying things, going on trips, partying. Are you looking for a good man or a benefactor, a sugar daddy? Because those men don't act like that. Those are not longevity men. Those are not. Here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to get what you're looking for. You're going to get that guy that has all of this money or whatever the case may be. That man is buying you, boo-boo. That man is buying you. When you get sick, he don't care. He don't care. Because just like he brought you, he can buy somebody else. Man, I'm about to piss somebody off. That man is buying you. He's leasing you. He's leasing that car. He's leasing that home. He's leasing you. Yeah, you fine. Whoa, girl, you fine. Here go a couple dollars. It ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it. Here you go. He's buying you. He's leasing you. But the issue with this lease is you don't understand. If you in Atlanta, he leasing something in New York. Oh my God, because he got the reach like that. He got the network ability like that. He's leasing you. Yeah. It's not really going to be no companionship. It's going to be a lease. All right, let me go ahead and throw her a bag, you know what I'm saying? You know, make her go bring her friends. Now we all in this orgy, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to do what he says, right? Because he don't respect your mind, right? You can't tell him, well, I was thinking about taking yoga. He don't give a shit. You didn't want a good man. You wanted you wanted a benefactor. You wanted a sugar daddy. So you look past the good man. You look past him and you got what you wanted. And then you want to know why you be in a relationship and you seem like he never really gets to know you. He never really cares about how your day is going. As long as you look good, as long as you twerk on cue, right? You're in competition with a man that's not specifically for you. He didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up to get a lease for a car, right? I want to drive this shit. It has nothing to do about me checking the engine. I don't care about the engine. I don't care about the inside. I only care about the outside and what you can do for me. Am I losing somebody? Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me right now? I see a lot of people in the room. We need to get them likes up. We need to get some people in here. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Or maybe I'm talking about you. Maybe I'm talking, hey, this is tough love. If you just now discovering me, hey, welcome. Welcome. But when you listen to someone say, all the good men are gone, where are the good men? The question is, are you the equivalent to what you're looking for? Because here's my thought process. The people with penises, that's what I'm gonna call them. The people with penises, men don't act like that. Men don't have to curse you out to get their point across. Men don't have to be overly emotional to get their point across. They can articulate. They got good jobs. They're husbands. They're providers. They're protectors. They're role models. The issue is you haven't been looking for good men. You have not, because no one has sat down and gave you a resume of what a good man should have. Let's finish this. Let's finish this up. Let's rock out. Let's rock out. Let's rock out. Come on now.
What you were talking about before with marriage specifically, and how that's become not as, it's just a better deal for women than it is for men. And so much of that has to do, as you were explaining, that it's not as though men can be primarily responsible for providing for their family, although they're still expected to do that as much as they ever were.
In fact, the Pew Research Center did a study, and they found that the majority of people expect men to provide for families,
Right, and that's all fine, except when you're adding on to that, oh, and by the way, when you come home, you're not going to have any moment to breathe, and you're going to have no time for yourself, and there's no place where you can go as a man and be alone with men because those spaces are gone, yada, yada, yada. So basically, you're a slave to your life.
If other women were not whores, and willing to lay down and flirt with a married man or a man in a relationship. And you know, this kind of stuff wouldn't happen. Men wouldn't be able to do this kind of stuff. They wouldn't be able to cheat on you as often. They wouldn't be able to, you know, run off or sleep with a woman they just met if the woman wouldn't be willing to do it. So instead of running around.
I knew a woman, well, I still know her. I mean, she didn't die. But I knew a woman, everywhere she went, she prided herself on getting to know the person that was in charge. And once she got to know the person in charge, she would make all of these advancements. It didn't matter if, and it seemed like most of the people that were in charge were always married. They were always married, and I used to, you know what I'm saying, I used to sit and tell her, like, you know, you have a, I don't know if it's just a natural thing for you, but it's one thing to flirt, but it's another thing to go seek out, you know, a certain type of person to flirt with. Like, that was her thing. That was her thing, to flirt and get with married men, to put herself as the real Jezebel. The real Jezebel, like, go out her way. And I used to tell her, I said, you know, that's not cool. I said, you shouldn't be playing with people's husband. You know what I'm saying? She would just rub them on the arm and rub them on the back. Oh, you going to the gym? And oh my God, you smell so good. And it's like, you know, you got a wife, right? Chill. Like, you doing the most, sweetheart. Chill. Baby girl, like, chill. Like, all of these men out here. But see, here's the thought process. For her to turn around and have that same thought process, well, ain't no good men out here. So you would rather take a married man because you don't value yourself or have the patience enough to look for a man that's equivalent to what you are. I'm just saying. You can't say that you're looking for something good doing something bad. Just saying. Let's go.
I'm blaming men. You know, men are only going along with what women have allowed.
Now, TV has men looking like a bunch of dorks. We have all this awful stuff about men, and men who are married just seem to be kind of not worth a lot of respect. Men lose a lot of friends. They aren't, you know, we used to think, oh, these abusive men, they're always keeping women from going out. Well, now it's the women who are abusive, and if men even were, I know, but now women, you know, men don't have as many friends, and then everybody blames and says, well, they just don't talk. Well, they were to talk, but all the male spaces, like you were saying before, and like you pointed out in one of your articles, is you don't have.
I was in a relationship, right? And I mean, for the most part, it was successful. And it's interesting that, you know what I'm saying, this doctor is saying, you know, this on this podcast, that men don't have a space. If you are a man and you're surrounded by, let's just say, kids or females or whatever case may be, 24/7 or whatever case may be, I can understand, because you're dealing with feminine energy. Men like to play football, like to hit, you know, like to box. It's just that male, that masculine energy. Men need to be around men. You know what I'm saying? So I'm encouraging you ladies, if you have a man, let that man go do man stuff. Encourage him to go do man stuff. Encourage him to go do man stuff. You can't expect him to do feminine stuff all the time and think that, oh well, it's all good. And that's what happens, especially when you're younger. You're let's just say you're that guy. Matter of fact, people were saying Kevin Samuels, he said when he was growing up, I was around a lot of women a lot, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people take his mannerisms to be feminine. Let that man or young boy be around other boys and other men, so that way it can develop, and that way they can do what men do. They can do what men do. I think that we are under this impression that women, let's talk about the young boys. Women can teach young boys how to be men. I believe you can break down some character traits. You can break down some character traits, you know, opening doors and, you know, being polite, etc., being a gentleman. I think you can, but to me, it takes a man to raise a man. There are just certain things and certain ins and outs that you're going to know that a woman wouldn't know, certain tricks of the trade. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just like it takes a woman to be around a young girl to help develop her, you know, I mean, I'm sure I'm sure I can do my daughter's hair. Like I can do my daughter's hair. But I'm sure her mom can do her hair way better than me, because she has that insight. She has that know-how. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that this is a situation where you look at it and say, you know, are you the equivalent to what you're looking for? Do you know what you're looking for? Do you have a list of the things that you say, these are the most important things that I prioritize, that I'm looking for? And you'll notice that a lot of people don't have a list. They have a feeling, a notion. Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that car. Yeah, he a good man. That's the man I want. Yup. The guy with all the chains on. Yep. The guy in the videos.
Female spaces anymore. And I think that's a really big piece of that's missing. If we don't have male space, you know, what we've done is we've retreated men who are married. Oh, you'll have a man cave down in the basement or the dirty area of the house in the garage. I just think
is this true?
Being
is this
married
true?
for men means that there's just a lot of freedoms and things that they don't have anymore.
So let's go back like 50 years. Let's go back to your grandparents and your great-grandparents. Everybody think about your great-grandparents. Do you think, and I'm generalizing here, typically they were married when they had children. And I want you to think about this. Do you think that when your great-grandmother met your great-grandfather, the first day she met him, she slept with him? Probably not. Back then, women were ladylike. They wore dresses, they covered their bodies.
It says, billionaire says, the crazy thing is all the women in my family have produced a generation of boys. Okay. We have more boys in our family than girls. Okay. Okay. Here's my thing, right? My son has 2 alpha uncles. He's straight. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Looks like I got all of them. Okay. Now, here's a thought process. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you guys to be under the impression that, you know, single mothers have not raised successful men. I'm sure at some point in time, whether it was a football coach, whether it was a pastor, whether it was a male family member, I'm sure there was some male masculine energy, you know, around that boy to kind of help develop him as well. So again, it's just what is your roadmap to making sure that child is successful? I don't even want to get into the conversation that, you know what I'm saying, women can't provide a roadmap for a child to be successful. We know that to be false, a facade. We know that there are a lot of women out there that can provide that guidance, can provide that roadmap and add men at different times that's going to influence that child to become a man, become a valid citizen.
They had a man court them, you know, then if they were going to be with that man, they typically wanted to be married to that man before they had their children or whatnot. Or if they had a child with that man, they got married afterwards. And women from those times, like your great-grandmother, probably only have slept with 1 or 2 partners in their whole life. I know female acquaintances my age that have slept with 60, 70, 80 men. How many years since the age of 16, 15? You know, that adds up.
Grown alpha male says, but an alpha is the only one to tame a wild young man. Please believe that, though. Definitely, which is why you have your football coaches, your basketball coaches. You have that guy in the community that just seems like to be the go-to guy. Hey, can you talk to my son? You know, can you talk to my son? You know what I'm saying? You have maybe that police officer that says, you know, they used to have those scared straight program. Man, them scared straight programs used to be. Them shit used to be. Oh shit, this is fun. Yeah, you have police officers, you know, sheriffs and all that good stuff or whatever. So, I believe that, especially women that realize this man has a high level of masculine energy. His presence demands attention and respect. You see what I'm saying? You pull those guys in and you have this guy speak to them or whatever case may be and say, hey, let's do better. You know what I'm saying? If you're disrespecting your mom, you shouldn't be. If you're doing this, you shouldn't be. You know, get on the straight and narrow. So, I mean, I'm sure that everybody's community has a guy like that, or that you know a man like that. Why is Rodney says, why is it every time we talk about putting black men in the household, there are certain groups of people that will argue different? Don't judge me, it's been working just fine. It's sad seeing his son cry for him. I lie and just say, well, I guess I missed the start of that conversation, but the fact of the matter is, ladies, I always say this, that if men are not in your household, you know what I'm saying, especially the child's father, he should be connected to that household. The issue that we're having is ego. We're having ego. We're having women who victimize themselves by saying, well, the man did something, which is why I don't let him near my home. And then when you sit down and you talk to the person, they kind of tell on themselves. What he did was he got a new girlfriend. What he did was he went and got married. What he did was he didn't want to be with you because something was wrong with you, or something was wrong with the situation. The fact of the matter is, because I don't want to put all the blame on a woman, but what I'm saying is, if you're the custodial parent and you have the child, it is your responsibility. I'm gonna say this again. It is your responsibility to allow access to that child with the co-parent. If you're running around with this badge screaming, well, I'm a single parent and it's a badge of honor, like the vindictive club, the toxic club, it's a badge of honor. But here's the bad thing about it, especially when you have people that know both of y'all, and they know that the co-parent is a good parent, but you pride yourself on saying that you're a single parent and this and this and this, and it's like you send these confusing messages to your child, and your child is watching you like, this is unnecessary, this is childish, this is stupid. And then we get those messages that's put out there that says there are no good men. Well, the person you had a child with is a good man. The person that you had a child with was loyal, was trustworthy, was respectful. But the question is, are you equivalent to what you're looking for? I'm just saying. Raz girl, pull up. Let's get back to it.
Believe it or not. And they don't see nothing wrong with that.
Men have the most to lose. So I think when we talk about the cost benefit for men have to weigh it more heavily than a woman. Women can just get a divorce. Mm-hmm. And in fact, we know that women initiate 70-something% of those divorces, and they do it because they know that they ultimately can get something. If they have assets, usually they're either going to be split equally or she's going to get more. If they have children, she doesn't really need to worry that she's going to not have any custody. She's going to at least get half, if not the full custody. And so I just think there are a lot of things in today's political climate and legal climate where men have to really weigh these things.
Ultimately, feminism has made it much harder for women to have what they want most in life, which is a family, which is love, ultimately. And men are actually...
Lisa says he was good enough to have a kid with. Problem is people aren't compatible, and they blame the other and being a bad person when it's just that you're not compatible. Have to get over that to be able to. This thing kind of goes in and out, so don't be like, boy, spit it out. Lisa, you're exactly right. You're playing as a parent, okay? No, I'm messing up. If you're playing as the parent, okay, or the parents, is to have a child and promote a toxic living condition, mental and emotional abuse, to run through the child support system. If that's your plan as parents, to disrespect each other on social media, to run into the community and say how bad the other parent is, and basically embarrassing your child. But the fact of the matter is, if your plan is to have this child, and then when you get around your child, start saying your mama ain't shit, your daddy ain't shit, don't have the kid. It's just that simple. Don't have the kid. You're putting your child in the middle of war, of mental and emotional abuse. Don't have the kid. Ladies, if your friend is always downing the father, but you know that your friend is full of shit, you've seen her do full of shit, fellas, fellas, if your homeboy is always downing the baby mama and she doesn't do fuck shit, you need to check your homeboy. Why did y'all have the kid? Because at the end of the day, you guys are embarrassing the child. You're embarrassing the child. And here's, you know what's so funny? Is that people feel that, well, as long as I have the materialistic stuff, I can go on social media and tell everybody how great of a parent. Like, I notice that people do that a lot. Like, they want the affirmation and validation that they are a great mom, a great dad. But while they're doing that, they're condemning the other parent. Here's the thing, they're doing everything on social media to get the standing ovation. But then when the co-parent comes around, they treat the co-parent like shit or disrespect the co-parent. But online, we gotta stop that shit. Your kid is going to grow up and hate you. Your kid is going to grow up and see, this is the problem. The problem is that people don't realize you're getting older. And tomorrow's not promised. So whatever you're doing to your child, in front of your child, to condemn the other parent, here's what happens, right? Your child now goes out into the world and they start seeing videos like this, and they start seeing other things where people start schooling them that what your mother or what your father or what both of your parents were doing was dead ass wrong. And when I talk about mental and emotional abuse, when you are trying to convince your child that the other parent, friend, you're mad because they didn't want to be with you because you're toxic. Just because you have children don't mean you guys need to stay together. And just because somebody decides to say, hey, this relationship is not working for me, I'm going to be over here, but I'm going to be a parent. Them leaving your toxic ass, let me say this real slow because I might miss something. Them leaving your narcissistic ass, right? Your verbal abusive, physically abusive ass doesn't mean that they don't love their child. We got to stop this shit. Men don't act like that. Women don't act like that. You not being with me means that you don't love your child. Anybody think that's mental abuse? Anybody think that's toxic? Your dad don't love you because he don't want to be with me. Your mom don't love you because she don't want to be with you. Like someone just said, I think it was Lisa, you're not compatible. He's trying to save and invest. You're trying to, oh shit, I need me some new hair. I'm going out tonight. Well, damn, you went out 2 nights in a row. The issue is that we're so scared to have the tough conversation and call people the fuck boys and fuck girls that they are. We're friends with them. We sit back and we laugh with them about what they've done to the other parent. That shit is sad. You can't come around me like that. You can't sit with me and down the other parent around me. You can't. And God forbid if I'm on a date with you and you like, oh, the other parent and this and this and this. I'm like, first of all, why are you telling me? Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you of something. This may be a shock to some of y'all. When you meet a man, okay, or you meet a woman, they only have to do 2 things right. Impress you, right? Impress you and be attractive. They only got to do 2 things right. Stop giving people easy access to your vagina. Stop giving females easy access to your penis. When I say easy access, you give them a blueprint to your vagina, a blueprint to your penis. You sit in front of them and say, well, my ex never complimented me. All of a sudden, whoever you're talking to rains on the compliments, right? My ex never took me anywhere. All of a sudden, hey, yeah, we're gonna go to the museum today. We going to the zoo. Now, you're giving them a blueprint to your vagina. You're giving them a blueprint to your penis. But because you're giving them a blueprint, that doesn't make the person that you just met the best thing for your child. That's not their responsibility. I think people get into these relationships where they get the new person and they try to put the new person in front of the co-parent as if now, oh, well, you know, they're the person giving you dick and attention or pussy and attention has nothing to do with your child. That's temporary if y'all last that long. It's temporary. Stop trying to promote the person you just met as the new mom or the new dad. No, they a helper. They're a helper. They're a helper. You know, they're there, but the fact of the matter is, a man providing you penis doesn't make him the man of the hour. A woman providing you vagina don't make her the woman of the hour. Stop trying to elevate and escalate and promote your new penis and vagina over the co-parent as if they have dealings with your child. They're responsible. They don't care about your child. Let's keep it 100, especially if they ain't got other kids. They there to provide a service. Let me rub your back, give you some penis. Let me rub your back, give you some vagina. I'm being real. I'm being real. Yeah, okay, right. Let's get back to it.
Freedom to do whatever they want to in life and not have to be attached to a woman or be obligated to marriage. So in the end, feminism is actually hurting women more than men, and this is why I ultimately think feminism needs to go.
There's too many women that are deceitful today. They lie, they deceitful, they're whores, they want sexual attention, and they're insecure.
Why are men just wanting to stay away from women far, far away, not marry, not commit, not have children, and potentially even just pump and dump? Well, you got it right here. You continue with this feminist movement, never end.
Pump and dump. Let me leave y'all with this right here, man. You know, I'm hoping that you guys are seeking out people that are going to be assets to your life. I'm hoping, and maybe you've never heard this before, but I'm hoping that you're an asset to your life. I'm hoping that whatever you're seeking out, you are the equivalent of that. The male version, the female version, whoever it is that you decide to date. I'm hoping that you're bringing to the table, or your requirement to what needs to be brought to the table, you actually have. You paying your own bills as an adult. You're taking care of your own kids as an adult. You're doing the things that you need to do as an adult that says, I am ready and serious to go out into this world and say, okay, I'm looking for a good person. But you can't be a bad person looking for a good person. And the issue with being a bad person is you can have a certain facade. You ever heard the honeymoon phase? Well, it's not just for when you get in a relationship. The honeymoon phase could be, okay, well, when I go out, I put on this facade. It's the honeymoon phase. It's everything cherries and roses and midgets and unicorns. Midgets and you heard what I said. Midgets and unicorns. The fact of the matter is, if you're a bad person and you get with a good person, but you've tricked this good person into believing you're a good person, right? Oh yeah, they talk about charities and donations or whatever. Yeah, charities, donations, yep, all that, yep. They talk about going hiking. Yeah, I like hiking too. Yep, physical fit. Yeah, I like it. You know, they talk about buying a home or investments. Yeah, about to buy a home and invest. Yep. You're in this agreement. The issue with being a bad person trying to be a good person is the consistency. You're going to build a level of resentment for the good person. You're going to try, because you're a bad person. You can't keep up the facade. It's tiresome. You just, oh my God, I'm just so, you're aggravating me. You're agitating. You always think you're right. Like you're going to aggravate the situation because you're agitated that you have to put this facade on. This is, you ever had somebody get out of a relationship and tell you, or hear, now I'm gonna live my best life. Now I'm gonna start doing me or being the real me. And me personally, when I hear stuff like that, I say, well, who are you in the relationship? Who are you in the relationship? Ladies, you shouldn't have to get out and be like, now I'm gonna start going out. Now I'm gonna start traveling. Now I'm gonna start wearing my hair down. Now I'm gonna start putting on makeup. Like, the other person is not responsible for you losing yourself in that relationship, whether male or female. A lot of you guys put the onus and the responsibility on whoever the other person was. And the fact of the matter is, you lost yourself. You lost your ability to have fun. You lost your ability to communicate your needs and your wants and your desires. You bottled up. You bottled up. And it's not the other person's responsibility to break the bottle and free you. It's your responsibility to say, what the hell am I doing? And that's why I'm so against these one-dimensional messages that try to say, let me straighten the crown of a woman. You know what I'm saying? But the man, don't worry about the man. You see what I'm saying? Or let me promote the men and don't worry about the women. The issue is that we have to be balanced, because when you start talking about we're looking for good people, well, the thing about it is you're looking for something you're not. You're looking for something that you don't possess. You want loyalty, but you're disloyal. You want someone to trust you, but you're untrustworthy. You want somebody with money, but you broke. You want somebody with good credit, but you ain't got good credit. You want somebody with a house. Whoa! We ballin', but you living with your mama. You living with your girlfriend. You living with your homeboy. You want, but you bring none of that to the table. I gotta say this. I was surprised that Cynthia G was calling people dusty. These dusty males, these trash bag males or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, I'm like, is she doing this from an apartment? Listen to where I'm going. The thing where I'm going with this is, I know men that have 4 and 5 bedroom homes, 2 or more cars, that have a career, they travel, they got passports, they're taking care of their children. They're great men. They're great people. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. People like, what her name is, Nosy Ho, I think she just lost her channel. Cynthia G and Tanya TKO. When they speak, the men that I know laugh. I'm gonna be honest with you. When they speak, because my thing is, if you got your shit together and the person that's talking shit don't have what you have, you gotta scratch your head like, who's buying into this shit? Only people like you. Only people like you. When you have men online calling women this, that, and the third or whatever, but first of all, they can't, you've never seen them with a credible woman. So they can't get credible women. You see what I'm saying? They attack women because they can't get the women that they want. And then the women that they actually get, they got to pay for them. Something to think about. Something to think about. I'm going to sit online all day and I'm going to talk about how bad women are, and women are this and women are that and women are this. But you never see them with a woman of value. Unless they pay for them. Y'all stop buying into these narratives of people saying that you need to deflect. You don't need to self-reflect. Let me say that again. You need to deflect. Somebody else's fault. Somebody else should be bringing something to me. I'm looking for a good person, that, even though I'm not a good person. Teaching you to deflect instead of self-reflect. Look in the mirror and say, hey man, it's time to fix me. It's time to evaluate what the fuck I got going on. Those are the type of messages. This is the type of messages you should be hearing. This is the type of shit you should be sharing. This is the type of shit that needs to say, well, bro, let me hit this like button real quick. That's you hitting some shit. Because the people that you're looking for don't act like that. They don't act like that. You understand what I'm saying? The good people that you're looking for don't act like the regular people that you surround yourself with. A woman told me, what would it take to date me? And I said, I think I pissed her off. I pissed her off, and I said, I don't think that you could date me. And what do you mean? I said it's not because, of course, you know you don't have assets. You see what I'm saying? Okay, she got a breast, she got an ass. Okay, great. You know how many women out here that got breasts and ass? It's like, okay, let me ask you something. What are your long-term goals? Stay with me. I'm telling you, bro. I'm a savage. Listen. I said, what are your long-term goals? Did I ask you what the square root of 50 million point decimal 80,000 is? Like, what do you mean? What are you looking at? I said, okay, well, let me make it a little bit easier. I said, what are your short-term goals? And she was looking up, and I started looking. We both looking up. I'm like, what are you looking? Is some roaches on the ceiling? What are you looking at? Flying here? What are you? You don't know yourself. You don't know yourself. If you can't know yourself, how can you be an asset to me? Stop thinking that breast, ass, and vagina is all a man needs. Damn, you ain't bringing no conversation. You ain't bringing no good credit. You ain't bringing no. I mean, what other assets are you bringing besides your physical assets? And I'm gonna be quite frankly, here's the issue. This is why I said I love women that rock natural, like the natural hair, and you know, don't have eyelashes, or you know, I like to see a subnatural, because a certain category looks this, like they all want to jump into this category. Like when you go to Instagram, right? Yellow hair, blue hair, black hair, purple hair, right? Right? Fat ass. What is this? It's ass, but damn, why is it? I mean, it's super big. You can't even sit down straight with that shit. Here we go. Everybody looks the same. Everybody looks the same. And imagine a woman saying, where all the good men at? Well, where are all the unique women at? Where are the women that value themselves and say, I'm beautiful, whether I have these extensions on, these eyelashes on, these makeup on, these fingernails on? Where are those women at? The good man at work. You know what I'm saying? Where are those women at? Where are the unique women? Where are the women that value themselves enough to say, you know what, I don't need all of that stuff to be beautiful. You got people that won't come outside unless they, now listen, I understand the hair done and all that other, but listen, they gotta look like they getting ready to go down the runway. I just wanted to go to Walmart. I just wanted to go get some of these rollback prices. Plus, I want some spicy nacho Doritos. You know I like those spicy nacho Doritos. Now we waiting on you. It was 8:30 when I said let's go to Walmart. It's 11:35. I don't even know if Walmart is open. Thanks. Now I can't get no goddamn nachos. Thanks a lot. No, you ain't getting no penis if I can't get no nachos. Thanks a lot. It's over. You don't want a good man. I'm stupid. Listen, y'all. Hey, look. I'm hoping that you guys have a phenomenal weekend. I'm hoping that you guys are doing what you want to do in life. I'm hoping that you are surrounding yourself with people with a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great positive energy. I'm not against partying and turning up or whatever. Just saying do it responsible and do it around people that's going to have your back. You ain't got to worry about waking up talking about, what happened to me, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm going to say, due to all of the situations that's happening with in the conscious community or the unconscious community, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Watch out for these false prophets always trying to be around your kids. Your kids shouldn't be partying with them. Fellas, listen to me, okay? You shouldn't be partying with little kids. Okay? They're not old enough to buy alcohol. So you shouldn't be giving them alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? Ladies, all parties ain't good parties. All parties ain't good parties. I'm hoping that you guys share this message. I'm hoping that you come in, you bang that like button or whatever case. Let's put these messages in the algorithm. Let's put something in there that's balanced. It is so much negativity. It is a plethora of negativity. Talking about a bunch of nothing. Ain't building shit. I'm not subscribing to that. I'm not donating to that. Let's push a message that's balanced. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I'm Mario J. Until next time, I normally say adult up, but I'm gonna say make sure you're a good person. Make sure that you're the equivalent to what you're looking for. Because if you are that person, it'll be easier to recognize. They say real recognize real. Well, good recognize good. Peace.